So maybe you're looking for a place to source your own miniatures, or you've seen my videos, the first couple, and you want to know where I got my minis from. All excellent questions. Well, listen, in today's video, I'm going to go over with you my top 3 sites to find free and sometimes paid STL files for miniatures that you can 3D print at your own home in your own time. My name is Zach. Welcome to Prince of Geeks. So the very first place I want to show you guys is Thingiverse. This is like your bread and butter. If you can't find it here, you can go somewhere else. But since I started 3D printing almost 3 years ago, 4 years ago, somewhere around that ballpark, I've used Thingiverse constantly. It's a fantastic repository. The first couple times I recorded this, I called it a suppository, but you don't want that in your app. But here, so let's say we want to print a miniature. Let's say we want to do a goblin miniature. Well, you'll be able to see tons of minis that you can use. We're going to go ahead and say this goblin miniature here. It'll give you the STL file you need, and if you happen to have another, like the actual base for it, then you'll be more than covered when it comes to printing this little goblin. You go ahead into the files here, you'll click download. I've already downloaded one, so I already have it on my computer. And then you can go ahead and load into Cura or your own favorite slicing software, depending on if you're using filmed or a resin printer. The next place I want to show you, there we go, just download it. The next place I want to show you is a place called MyMiniFactory. These guys seem to be a bit more focused on miniatures. I've noticed they have a great quality of miniatures. And let's go ahead and do the same thing. Let's say we want to do a goblin miniature. Now, the really cool thing with MyMiniFactory is that you get both free and premium objects. So you'll see some of these have a price tag of $5, but some, if I go back here, select free objects and go ahead and say search, then you'll have tons of options for different goblins that are completely free to download. Let's say we want this goblin rogue. Well, you go over here. Now that the page is loaded, you can see you have your goblin miniature. Now, you can log in and join and sign up, which will give you more perks and more options with MyMiniFactory. But if you want to just go ahead and only download the file, you can also just click on download only instead of download and join. Now, the actual zip file is being downloaded as we speak. You can't see it because it's a pop-up window, but you can see it downloading in the upper right corner here of the browser. Now, the final place I want to show you is Colts 3D. Colts is very much like MyMiniFactory, where you can find free and purchasable downloads. All fantastic, all great to use. And just to keep things as simple, we're going to go ahead and look for another goblin miniature. So once we've gone ahead and searched, you'll see you filter by safe. You should always be filtering by safe if you can't avoid it. And because we're doing free for everything, we're going to go ahead and select free. So with the free goblins, I have 207 goblins that I can download as free STLs. So why don't we go ahead and take this little guy here, a goblin rogue. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the same goblin rogue as you found on MyMiniFactory. So we go to the goblin rogue here, and it'll take you to the page where you can go ahead and download it. Now, because it's free, you don't have to worry about purchasing any items or putting it in any kind of cart. So you can go ahead and download it. And then you just click on download your files. Now, there's one final thing I want to tell you before we end off this video, and that is please, please, please bear in mind licensing rights. Most websites that have free stuff to download, you'll have different licensing rights. Some things you can change, some things you can't change. There's different levels of like attributions. But the important thing you want to look at is you want to make sure that you have the ability to sell the item you want to sell, if you so choose to print and sell it. Just for the fact that if you're caught selling someone else's design and there's a specific license on the 3D file that says do not sell, you are liable. They can sue you, and it can become very messy very quickly. So please, please, please bear in mind that operate within the licensing rights that you've been given. If you don't like the licensing rights and you want to try and design something yourself, you're more than welcome to take a 3D modeling course or an engineering course and learn how to make your own 3D models. But for this specific instance, just bear in mind your licensing rights. Thank you guys so much for watching, and like I've said before, I'll say it again, drop a follow, drop a subscription, and drop a like on the video. It helps the channel grow for free, and I won't beg for anything else. Thank you guys so much. I've been Zach with Prince of Geeks. See you next time.